All right. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Let's check on the stream. We're looking at a potential setup right now. So here, just inverse that. So right. So really quickly, let's go into daily. So you can see today was a pretty big wick higher, and I don't know, take it all. Okay. So yesterday was a pretty big expansion. Before yesterday was also a pretty big expansion. Moved into this new day opening up that was inversed and made efficient. Price round into it. He's at the price range. That is support. Bring us higher. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Let's take this off here. Okay, so we had London sell side within the daily range, which lined up exactly with minute open. As you can see, we had this run on the new day open yesterday. Dropped lower into this 4-hour gap and took us higher. Also, we're going down to the 1 hour. See, this was a RTH gap, and as you can see, yesterday's one was not filled because of the urgency to move higher. But we will just focus on today's one. So, since the morning, I was focusing on shorts. I was focusing on shorts mainly to reach down to the London sell side, and then from the London sell side, I was hoping that we would reverse and continue to move higher. If not, that is completely also a potential scenario, because the idea of continuing to drop lower is not off the table yet. I will only implement that idea once I'm given enough evidence and proof that we are, and the evidence and proof that will be required to move forward with that ideology is obviously my model long. So that's what we're trying to seek right now. So here is important. It's going to be the first low-hanging fruit target. If we do a reverse higher, that's the important. That's an important point. We need to know that we're going to reverse from the sell side and not continue pushing through it, because as we just mentioned, we do have potential, downward draws. We have draws that can be met towards the downside. Let's keep that on there. Just take off all of these disturbing drawings. So 5 minutes. And yeah, here we are. So now if we drop onto the 1 minute, we can get a closer look on what's happening as we run the sell side. So we touched the sell side, we traded higher, took this high, which is a 5-minute fair value gap high. So you can see the price kind of triggered that and started to drop lower. Now this can move into my model 1, where we run beneath this low and start to spend more time beneath it, accumulating short orders before eventually returning higher. Now, it's important to keep in mind while I'm doing this is that I need to cement it into me that it's not completely off the table that we keep moving lower. So any movement lower from say this gap here, around that high, it's important that we see the high, low, higher high, and possibly the lower low be a turtle soup and not a market shift. And that would be kind of the main framework that we have here. Let me try to keep this stream as short as possible, because I also post these in my own Notion journal, so I can look back on if I need to review anything. So having these hour and a half or 2 hours longer just be a big headache for me. I just like to keep it as short as simple as possible. Let's take a quick look on news tomorrow. Tomorrow we have final GDP and unemployment claims. Tomorrow's news is going to be pretty uneventful. Might have a big wick, but it's not going to do any substantial movement. The forecast and the previous are very similar. We will see how the actual comes up. Final GDP may be a little bit higher because of the obvious conflict that's going on in the world that's requiring America to spend money, and unemployment claims wouldn't be affected too much. Like it is, the forecast is 244,000. The previous is 245,000. Okay. It's pretty clear what today did. Since 10 a.m., we hunted. Here it is. 10 a.m. open, which is the news driver. From the start of that, we hunted sell side, and then from sell side, now we can see are we going to reverse or are we going to keep moving higher after taking the sell side? Or sorry, are we going to push lower, reach more sell side inefficiencies and objectives, or are we going to continue to move higher and just leave the RTH gap as a target for the future maybe, and prioritize buy side delivery? It's very possible that we don't do much. I mean, kind of accumulate until the end of the day. Because today was a pretty big range. And yesterday ranged pretty big too. So seems as price is going to be making the head towards the 1:40 p.m. 1 minute candle low. And if it does, we strictly want to see that as a turkey soup. Very strictly. Quick look. Dow. Yes. So no S&Ts with this low. Just want to reaffirm to myself that on the 2-minute chart, you can see that we have this high here and the high being taken, which gives us a high, low, higher high. But potentially, if we see a lower low, then that would mean obviously a breaker. A bearish breaker that forms in bullish order flow is going to be a bullish turtle soup, and that's what we're kind of hoping for. This is my model 1 if we do get the run on the slow. See, we have a new viewer. Hello? How are you? So we're now entering the 2 p.m. hour. So from 1:30 until 2:30, that's the PM opening range. You see a gap that has been influential in this time frame has been this imbalance here. With this imbalance being inversed, it obviously confirm bullish order flow. But the bigger picture that we're trying to focus on right now is this law, being Taylor Swift. I'm going to turn on this video right quickly. So you can hear it just before we start this. Let's run this a little bit. And put this aside for a minute. Yes. Okay, so still not something about that. Something that I want to watch for.
Everyone, we have some more.
Before I start, credits go to David Hookstead. Iran strike details will terrify America's enemies.
Details that President Donald Trump just released about the strike on Iran on 3 nuclear facilities. These are major details. They show the strength of the American military, and not just the strength of the American military, but they show that we are capable of doing things that no other country on the planet could dream of doing with their military. I always say we have the greatest military by far. No one else comes close. The new details that President Trump revealed really shine a light on that simple reality, on that simple fact. And I will never apologize for saying the United States has the best military in the world, because why would we apologize for telling the truth? That's not what we do here. We tell the truth, we stick with it. I can't wait to get into these details and break it all down with you. Before we do, please make sure to like and subscribe. It costs you guys nothing. It helps out the channel in a huge way. Comment with your thoughts below. I'm responding to as many comments as I possibly can get to. I'm enjoying all the different theories, all the fun debates in the comment section, so please keep it up. You're all doing an incredible job. And then hit that bell and make sure that all your notifications are turned on. You're set to get all the notifications. You won't miss anything. You'll be the most updated people on YouTube. Now, let's get into it. As we all know, the United States military conducted a significant bombing strike on Iran at 3 different nuclear facilities, those being Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Fordo and Natanz were hit with GBU-57 bunker busters.
Before we continue on the video, draw something here. This gap here. There's a rejection block down there. Could be similar to what happened in the morning. Only problem is there's no significant suicide pool that has been taken within the around that. Let's continue watching the video while this goes on. See, it's kind of inverse to what happened this morning. See, this morning we got into the rejection block. It's a 5-minute rejection block. And then from there, we had a breaker gap that held us before. See, we have a low, high, low, low. Then we formed a higher high. And this fair value gap here held price up onto the rejection block. And once touched the rejection block, we inversed it. And then from there, we traded lower. So it's possible that we get the same thing here. In this case, it would be better if we did run down to the slope and reject from it quickly. And that would give us shifting order flows close through this high. And there we would have our long. That would be our model. Right now, see you have a high, low, high, low. And this gap here, which is 2-minute gap, is held so far. So this may bring us lower. And what I'm saying is from there, you will see a shift in order flow, and that would kind of serve the purpose of switching order flow and then trading through the side.
Isfahan was hit with cruise missiles launched from a submarine. Trump is going to reveal some details in the video clip we have coming about how that submarine operation went and the insane accuracy of those missiles. When it comes to the GBU-57s, we know 12 were dropped on Fordo, 2 were dropped on Natanz. They were carried by 7 B-2 stealth bombers that did roughly a 36-ish, 37-ish hour mission from Missouri. They flew over there, never stopped, refueled along the way, flew back after dropping their bombs. The Iranian military and air defenses were not capable of getting even a single shot off. Now, I do want to address this. We've talked about it in a few videos. I understand there are debates going on right now about the leaked intelligence assessment from CENTCOM and military intelligence claiming that the Fordo facility might not have been obliterated, might not have been fully taken out. We've talked about that. Let me know in the comments below if you think the facility was 100% taken out or if you think any part of it survived, as the leak report claims. We don't need to debate that any further. I'm just giving you guys the news. It is what it is at this point. Really, we need to wait and see. I would encourage everyone to have patience. But what we don't need to wait and see is the details of how this all went down. So we know the Pentagon released details this past Sunday about the number of aircraft, but didn't really get into the nitty-gritty of exactly what had happened, other than obviously we knew they said 14 bunker busters were dropped and cruise missiles, Tomahawk cruise missiles specifically, were used, and 7 B-2 stealth bombers were used. Well, President Donald Trump was at or is at the NATO summit currently, and he spoke to the media and everyone else there about the details of the attack and gave further information. And the information he gave is nothing short of incredible, and it really goes into the power and might of the U.S. military. So I don't want to get into a debate about the leaks. I don't care about that right now. We can discuss that another time. This is about how the strike went down, according to the President of the United States, what tools and equipment were used. I think you guys are going to love this. It's badass as all hell. Let's roll the video right now.
When I saw them starting to question the caliber of the attack, was it bad? Well, it was really bad. It was devastating. They were obliterated. In fact, you can't get into the tunnels. They just put that over. That just came out. They can't, there's nothing, there's no way you can even get down. The whole thing is collapsed in a disaster. And I think all of the nuclear stuff is down there because it's very hard to remove. And we did it very quickly. When they heard we were coming, it was, you can't move it. It's very hard, very dangerous actually to move to. And they also knew we were coming, so I don't think too many people want to be down there knowing we're coming. With the bunker busters, as we call them, we're the only ones that have them. We have the best equipment.
Pause for a second. Drop this. Still, very efficiency on these highs. You can see a possible reversal with this gap here. It's liquidity void. Let's see what happens now.
best nuclear equipment, and we have the best equipment in the world. And by the way, we can't forget our submarine, which was out there, submarines actually, but submarine was out there. We shot 30 rockets into an area, every single one of them. I think it was almost 400 miles away, I think, Pete, right? 400 and long. It was in the ocean, long ways away. And we shot a total of 30. Every single one of them hit within 9 inches from where it was supposed to be. It took out a lot because we didn't do just Fordo. We did 2 others in addition, which hadn't been completely destroyed. So we hit them with a submarine from hundreds of miles away. Amazing, just amazing equipment. Greatest submarines in the world. Nobody's even close. They're 20 years behind us when it comes to submarine technology. So that's one, and the other was from the Atomic Energy Commission, and they have about 3 or 4 of them now coming in from atomic energy commissions from various places. But the one that we have that just came out, we released it a little while ago, was from the Israeli Atomic Energy Commission, but numerous of them are getting to see the site, and the site has been demolished. And again, we had these brave patriots, these incredible flyers, these people that can fly a plane better than anybody can fly a plane, going into very hostile territory, flying into the territory that has got more missiles and things pointed at it, but it was very stealth. They didn't get to see it. It was dark. That's the amazing thing about the shots. They hit the shots perfectly, and yet it was dead dark. There was no moon. There was no light. It was virtually moonless. It was very dark, and the shots were hit perfectly. But when they get demeaned, and they were very upset about it because they knew how strong it would be. Back in Missouri, the pilots flew about 36 hours, 2 ways, far distance, and in those incredible B-2s. And we then had the F-22s, and we had the F-35s, and we had other planes, and we had, I think, a total of 52 tankers. That means the big tankers, because the refueling was a lot for all of the different planes that we sent. Incredible operation, and I have to say, General Raisin Kane was incredible. That's why he beat ISIS, and we beat ISIS in a matter of weeks. I was told it would take 4 to 5 years. We did it in a few weeks, and he was great. That's why he's the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff right now, because I had a very good experience with him. He knocked out ISIS in a period of literally a few weeks.
Over to the video. I wanna 2 minutes. We'll see how this candle's gonna close. And the one after it. It close above this price range. A good idea for longs. However, the ground is slow here is not significant enough. But we did take London sell side. The idea of running this low here is now kind of out of reach, but if you look at the YM, it's pretty much inversely correlated. Very sensitive to this side and very sensitive to that. This is the other note. See where I'm having respect to this. I'm thinking maybe you can see a trigger of a point of sell side, and then from there we can maybe see shift in order flow. We're seeing the case of this gap here. Let's take a time to that, take that low, then inverse that, and that would be nice.
So right there, you saw President Donald Trump break down the attack, break down exactly what happened when those 3 nuclear sites were hit in Iran. And there's a couple things I want to point out here. Number one, the fact that the missiles, the cruise missiles, launched from 400 miles away and landed within 9 inches of their specific target is nothing short of absolutely remarkable. I've said it before, I'll say it again. American engineering is undefeated. When we set out to do something, when we set out to create something, when we set out to build something, America can get the job done. And the fact we have technology that can lob missiles from underwater 400 miles away, that is absolutely insane. That is incredible across the board.
But not close through that. Still no breaker. A low, high, high. Let's see, there's a breaker down. Before we inversed it. So. Maybe. Okay. Would still be the best if we saw the suit of a Ferrari F1 and have that inversed. That would be the most ideal. It's very, very choppy right now.
Nine inches. Think about how small 9 inches is when you're firing a missile from 400 miles away that you can put it within 9 inches of its target. You know, they say close doesn't count except for horseshoe and hand grenades. Let's go ahead and throw cruise missiles in there too. You get within 9 inches of what you're trying to hit with a cruise missile, you're going to blow up everything around it. That's a job well done. But the most impressive part of this, in my opinion, is the fact that we put 52 aerial refueling tankers in the sky to get this job done. I, out of curiosity, went and looked up how many tankers China has, how many tankers Russia has. The combined number is 29. Russia 19, China 10. The United States put 52 in the air for one mission. One mission. How many tankers do we have total? It's believed to be about 600. Actually, I think the number is 602. We have more tankers in the air for one mission than China and Russia, 2 countries that want to compete with us, have combined.
It might not be possible to get this today, but think the reverse of the fundamental side will happen. I'm just not sure if we will get a model law. Let's see.
Almost by double. It's an incredible amount of military power, and that then includes the F-22s and the F-35s. The F-22, of course, being the most advanced fighter jet the world has ever seen. It's so advanced the United States has never exported a single one. We, of course, sell F-35s, slightly degraded avionics on them to a variety of different countries. But we don't give anyone the F-22. The F-22 can engage targets before they can even be picked up in a radar signature in the air if necessary. They can hit targets from distances that would boggle the mind. So more than anything, these facts that President Donald Trump laid out go to show that American military power remains the strongest in the world. And when we decide we're going to bring something to the fight, we can bring things to the fight no other country can. And I don't care what anyone says about China, Russia, Israel, you name the country. There's not one country in the world that could fly stealth bombers from Missouri to Iran and back without ever landing, with 52 tankers in the air, stealth fighters in the air, and get in and get out without a single shot being fired back. You know how many active stealth bombers the Russians have? 0. You know how many the Chinese have? 0. And we've got 19 B-2 stealth bombers. We had 21. 2 are out of commission. And we very famously also just built the B-21. We have 3 of those in the test phase that will replace the B-2. And the things that the B-21 can do are even frankly better. It's you know, the B-2 is 30 years old. We're talking about a plane that is 3 decades old, more than 3 decades old. It's about 35 years old, actually, and it's still able of crushing advanced air defense systems and traveling around the world undetected. Yet again, another massive W for American technology. Absolutely incredible. God bless the United States. God bless our military. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Cost you guys.
It's pretty interesting. Let's focus on the main objective. It's kind of different. Well, it's like kind of choppy, so I think what I'm going to do is maybe end the stream and just set an alert this low, there. Just wait to see. I'm pretty confident in the possibility of it reversing from London sell side and running to form a new high. However, it may also want to reach lower, so it's just up to my model if it wants to show me. Okay, here's the model long, go long. Not really on board with the idea of it's very complicated. It's very complicated for me. So I'm gonna be ending the stream and just setting a bunch of alerts, and yeah, thanks all for watching.